just the point. Anyway,
just keep playing. Just keep playing.
Let's get into game 2.
Into game 2, a game that Liquid has to arrive on much sooner. They do start on the CT side. Stanislaw has 2 flashes and a kit, the rest with armor. And thus far, not a whole lot of aggression, but they will put 3 out toward long that will cease behind rocks and trees and try and surprise and play off of each other. And Elige will play off of everyone. A great start for him.
Here we go. 4-on-2 situation. They had the advantage on the Seaside pistol on Inferno. Can they capitalize this time? It will be Rain and Karrigan trying to pick up the pieces there. First headshot comes in, but it's not enough. Nitro takes him down. Karrigan, surely nothing he can do about his situation. Liquid coming out the trap pot here. Then 3 players towards long, and it seems to be working out very nicely indeed. Karrigan will be able to recover the bomb by the looks of things here, but I don't think he'll be able to do much more. Just about gets it. Nitro will be low, down to 8 HP, but that should be the round concluded here. I'll be very surprised if Karrigan even gets a plant.
So Liquid will take their first lead of the series, Henry.
Yes, they will. That is correct.
The 22nd round that FaZe will lose. That's ridiculous to me. That stat speaks for itself and how dominant they've been in New York, going 80-21. Coming into this map is Karrigan. You said plant might be a hard possibility. Twist and Nitro are the ones on the site, with Nitro obviously tagged down to just 8 HP. He can get the information, in fact, peeks it out. This should be a kill for Karrigan, but he can't find the shot. And Twist knows it and wants to get closer, but won't overcommit. They'll allow him to go for the plant, because if he does, that's when they pounce. To get caught out. Twist, it's Nitro instead that gets the kill off of him.
Unfortunately, this is the map where I don't give Liquid any sort of chance, really. Like, in terms of the map, I didn't think they'd stand a chance, but they do win the pistol here. It's a much better start. Elige coming up and about there, looking like he's hitting the headshots he needs, and it will be round number 2. CZ, speeding 50s and a Deagle. It will be the force buy from FaZe. No bomb going down, pretty standard stuff, and they are deadly with the upgraded pistols. And not out of the woods just yet, Liquid, I'm afraid. As we enter this one, I'll have a look at the aggression for the CTs once again. Focusing towards long. They are not messing around whatsoever, but neither's Nico as he takes down Stanislaw. Elige pushing through, trying to find frags where he can. He brings it to the 4-on-4. It might be enough. There's damage being inflicted with Guardian. He does say no.
Would have been an issue. Guardian had bomb closer to the A side. They gotta rush in for the plant. It's still getting awkward and expensive. It's down to just 2 remaining. Nico's got the Deagle in hand with armor still to work with, having gotten the opening kill, but Elige responded quick enough with 2 to keep this in contention. Liquid cannot afford to be ecoed. That would spell disaster. Nico saw him and he knows his back's turned. Nitro has to be so careful. This is a kill. Ooh, Nitro just barely checks it in time, falls off, but still isn't sure which way to look as Nico goes back around the corner. He needs his teammate Twist to get closer. Thankfully, he doesn't trades immediately, but still, it is expensive. 4 down.
If they got the bomb down in that round, I'd say a force buy here from FaZe would be likely. They do take 4 kills down. If Nico makes that a clean kill, oh, it's this shot again, Matt.
Yep.
Every time it seems to be delivered, especially against the players like that. Nico, give him an inch, he'll take a mile. Lovely first shot. You don't really see that every day with Deagle, I have to say, but there it is, 2-0 for Liquid. To manage to avoid the force buy of FaZe. Like I said, if a bomb went down there, we'd probably see a force here as well, but that wasn't meant to be. Comes down to the 1v1, so Liquid still wounded by that affair, but they'll adjust with the SMGs here. 4 of those, and a rifle for Twists.
And that means they're hoping for essentially a flawless round to keep the SMGs farming, because if they want to go back into a reinvestment in the next round, that's going to put them extremely low and put FaZe in a great position to capitalize. So they've got to be a bit careful with 4 SMGs. That's just the 1 rifle for Twist. Carries over. JDM starts off well. Elige does the same. The SMG's farming up, and Elige finds his 7th kill of the game thus far. Stan the only one without, not to call him out a bit early for that, but JDM gets on the board with 1 importantly, because he'll want to start getting the cash toward a position by which, and there it is for Stan, by which he can get out the AWP. Just Olaf. Does have a Deagle though, does take down Nitro. Thankfully, Nitro has the MP9 rather than one of the UMPs, especially not the M4. Twist obviously was never going to push, but the UMP has a bit more range than MP9 still.
Yeah, for sure. Trying to do what he can. They were financially damaged in the previous, but it's a pretty clean sheet this time. Nitro the only player to go down. 3-0 for Liquid. That's the start we needed here on Overpass. It's a map they're going to struggle with, and now FaZe Clan starting to balance things up. They will get the 5 AK-47s. No AWP available on either side for sure, but Guardian, he's definitely still very proficient with the AK as well.
And to give you an idea, Nitro was the one to go down. Typically, he's the one to upgrade to a rifle. Because of the previous round, he had to actually get dropped a rifle by Stan, who built up by getting a kill with the SMGs. So they are still in a tight position on the Liquid Liquid side.
Oh, for sure.
Call this a bonus round normally when you have so many SMGs. This time they have 2, and it's not really because they're trying to just stay with money.
Out of necessity, really, isn't it? It's not looking too pretty for them. They lose this round. They're probably onto a 4 spy. FaZe, in terms of their setup right now, all 5 players towards B. This will be a set piece momentarily. You can't hold towards this side of the map with 5 players without executing very quickly. Here it comes. Molotov's in. Flashbangs deployed as well. Carrigan to find the first frag. Can't do it. Hello, Stan. 2 kills for him. Twist chiming in as well. It's up to Nico to pick up the pieces now.
And Twist smartly gets inside of the smoke to avoid Guardian. However, he gets behind the pillar. Nico, he steps up. Suddenly, it's down to a one-on-one despite Stan's great start. And it's Nico versus Elige, and Nico's got accuracy every time.
How has he done that? Unbelievable. We need that down to like 5% speed. Nico, it seemed like the round was done. Status still gets the first opening 2 kills. Then the third as well. It seemed like Liquid had done enough, but if you don't take down Nico, he can cause a disaster every single time, and he does it once again. What a beast. And it will be still a difficult buy on either side. JDM does bring out the AWP. That's some good news here. But FaZe still struggling. Got the MAC-10s, a couple of AKs in the Galil. And this could be a very exciting round indeed. JDM fights to build a little bit there. And he will go down to 60 HP after dancing in the flames. He has to work hard for frags here, and he knows that. His teammates just with pistols, and first frag for Nico once again. Finds Twists.
Nitro back to it. The rifle drops. Again, they're trying to manage economy with guns they have. AWP and MP9, all that left. As FaZe walks in, waltzes, call it what you will, gallantly trances upon the B site, and Guardian will take down Elige, JDM, AWP, and I'd love to save it, I'm sure, but as the bomb is fresh plant, it therefore means the clock is still running down from a substantial amount of time by which you would have to stay safe. So he watches the choke point most likely to be pushed. That is toward the stairwell. And good luck, JDM.
Yeah, not really much he can do with this one. The T's not hunting him emphatically just yet, but Olofmeister is coming in towards the bathrooms. He's only got the MAC-10 to work with, but JDM is slightly tagged up, down to 60 points of health. Another very clean round from FaZe there. That's Team Liquid clutching at straws after losing so many men in the second and third round. They couldn't hold them off in the third. Nico wins it, and Guardian finishes things off there. The AWP recovered. 5 players stay alive for FaZe. 3-2. That has to be the eco now for Team Liquid. After having that great start, that 1v1 with Elige and Nico. If Elige wins that, they're right into this game. But now, things starting to look grim once again. 2K per player. USPs across the board, and there's Guardian and Nico just getting everything done. Nico, the form he's in right now, Matt, is just something to behold. That clutch he had on Inferno as well, unbelievable. Those shots there, crazy. And it will be a 5-man stack from Liquid towards long A this round. Nothing really invested. 5 USPs, no armor, no nades, just hoping that FaZe make a mistake and run around the corner and get mowed down. I say mowed down, tagged up potentially with these USPs, but it doesn't look like it will happen. All 5 members of FaZe head towards the B site, and this could be one of those rounds when it's just over without any kills being exchanged.
Could well be. They'll soon figure this out. FaZe has been the target that has been successful. This will be the 3rd straight round, although this one can't really call it much to the credit of FaZe. Liquid cannot rest. They have to continue pushing, winning the pistol. Okay, that's great. It gives them a little bit of confidence at the start, but gun round's already slipping away. Running was an issue since round 2.
Round over.
Swing around at least. This won't end with no kills because Guardian's already peering back toward the spawn by which he came. It's JDM with the AWP, and now they realize, never mind.
Probably not worth it. Like, he won't be able to farm cash the AWP. There's no huge kill reward there, but still, might as well just stay alive instead of giving him guaranteed frags, allowing him to build up his confidence. So I respect that from the CT side to stay alive here. Deny them any sort of kill reward at all, so that's absolutely fine. As we said, as that bomb went down, that was it. Liquid went for the 5-man stack towards long, and FaZe opting to just walk into the B side. To be fair, they did expend most of their utility, which I like a lot. Guarantee the round. Don't think about saving money, but here comes the farming of the cash. All right, I thought he did get 3. Olofmeister with 2, still makes $1,200 and ties things up. 3-3 now. Down to the AWP potential. I don't think it's really there. Stanislav steals away a MAC-10. Not ideal. Not the kind of weapon you want on the CT side of Overpass, but he has been showing us some interesting things with the MP9, so maybe he'll have a similar stance with the lesser TSMG.
Set smoke front bathrooms. Bounce once, bounce twice, lands inside of the doorway. EM goes aggressive, but not on the AWP. He'll hold toward the party. Elise directly below so that if they push through the smoke or get crafty toward the fountain, he's ready for it. But instead it's just a straight contact play. Good response from Nitro, but better exchange from Nico as he snaps over again to get a headshot, favor FaZe, and although Stan gets clever with a MAC-10, there's not really much he can do in the water position when they're already in the sight behind him as Elise gets Nitro. That buys space, not against Guardian. Goes back again! And quick as always, it's FaZe with 4.
Forced by that from Liquid. And the MAC-10 picked up in the previous round. M4's no AWP though. They're really going to struggle to get into this one now. Money has been crippled. They get 4th-day loss bonus, $2,900 per player. We'll take another eco and just get everything established here. Guardian showing tremendous form throughout this tournament. Some nice shots to finish things off there, but another easy exchange for FaZe. A couple of flashes over towards the B side, trading very efficiently. And it will be them taking the lead now. Losing the pistol, going down 3-0. It's 4 clean rounds in a row. CZ's PD50s on the armor for the CT side, but I don't think they get much done here. They've got one smoke and a flashbang to work with. They do stack slightly towards the connector. That's Elise and JDM. Stanislaw looking to push off short as well. Molotov, very common in the position the CTs are holding right now. As Nico opens things up, he finds Nitro. That's towards the monster tunnel. 5-on-4. Now he can just bide the time, wait for CT reactions to come through. Work out they have got a utility, try and bleed that out. That should be a guaranteed FaZe round at this point.
Rain only manages 1, so the triple pressure. Mighty Ducks triple deke toward the lower underpass does yield a kill as Elise will push up as well to pick up an M4. He's got armor to work with, not head armor. It matters against AWPs and AKs. Exchange from Stan favors as he tags Olaf down to 10 as well. That'll force him to reconsider position, more so because he's isolated. Had Elise gone through the underpass, he's not. He's rotated back smartly so as well because they're going to go long. And he's ready for it. Further damage done. Guardian's on 5. Suddenly Liquid actually have a bit of a chance. 3 players extremely low. The problem is they need to get in a better position. They're trying to flank out. Stanislaw's done it perfectly, and that allows Elise back in. The timing is everything. And finally something goes Liquid's way. 18 seconds, bomb is down at long. There should be no way that Nico wins this, but he's swift, he's quick, and run and hide. Run, do not challenge. Stan, get out of there. Elise, he's still close by with 7 seconds, and Stan has done it. He's gone to the bathrooms. Elise secures it. Even if he hadn't gone down, the round was theirs.
Nothing really invested into that round, and that's absolutely massive from Liquid. After that first frag as well, a 5-on-4. I even said it, no chance. There should be nothing they can do here. But as Olaf might see tagged in the bathrooms, he didn't think about the flank coming through, and his Stan, great job with the P250. After Elise takes all the aggro away of the M4 as well, stays alive as long as possible, and you're absolutely right. Finally, something positive going in favor of Team Liquid here. 4-4, and they get the AWP out as well. This could be the beginning of this grand final, as we've got aggressive play from Elise. Trying to get something done towards the fountain area. JDM likewise. And he pushes short, but Nico, what a shot that is! Shuts him down. 5-on-4. And he's not messing around today, is he?
Certainly not. Nitro opens the door. Guardian is aware of it, has the scope preset and ready. He's got to be very careful of his position, more so because Nico can slip in not only behind him into B, which he doesn't quite know to be fair, but also toward the short tunnel and therefore pinch him off entirely. If he moves even carelessly at all, Nitro would be caught. Does manage to get away in the exchange as Guardian misses his shot. Stan and Elise will back to A as well and get more passive. Two men down. They stack up B, which is an early call from Liquid. 37 seconds. Bombs heading back to A, and Rain's getting far enough forward that if he searches for the information, it'll be a retake in the 3 versus 5. That could be problematic. Kerrigan won't exactly go on to A direct. He's going to try and figure out what's going on at B as Rain does the same. But information being gathered with 19 seconds, and this time there's no chance to win it on time because Bomb will be on the site by the time Liquid responds. Kerrigan as well could pounce. Stan's gone back around, but he'll be locked out of his own sight, and Kerrigan is perfectly timed. They don't even know that he's here. Nitro looks back to be sure, but Kerrigan already knew he was there with sound, and Rain has the lineup along the wall. How do they even get away?
Oh, the bomb goes down. 4 seconds on the board, but very clean and efficient stuff there from FaZe. Like you said, Carrigan is finding frags. They're rotating as well. Can't finish things off cleanly. It's going to be Sanderstorm. Maybe get a couple here. Only the one. Rain finds him, and that's going to be FaZe resetting Liquid. They did win an eco before, so it won't be as desperate as it has been on the previous map. They still have one player, and I believe that's Sanderstorm on $6,000. JDM at 4,500 as well, but 3 of them offering around the 2K mark, so still not looking great. If they want to force buy into it, will be a mixture of Famis's UMPs, distribute that wealth, and that's why they take a pause right now to work out what the best protocol is. You just take another partial buy with some pistols and then have a decent buy going forward, or you take a bit of a gamble here. You did win a round already with default pistols and P250s. Is that going to work out again? And I see the AWP purchase, Matt. We're going all in. M4 purchase as well. JDM, a lot of pressure on his shoulders right now. He can't just sit back and hold defensive lines. We need to be assertive. He needs to be audacious and get in their faces and try and find the first kill up against Guardian. That is one tall order, but JDM has to go for it. Where does he decide to go? CZs, Deagles, and an AWP. The American sniper heads towards long. Well, they'll have to just go to the rock or something. He can't sit back in the flower bed, in my opinion.
Well, he's gone up with Elige to at least the bathroom connector. Elige can get information early at the corner. It's going to be flashed off rather than in. So is JDM. He wants Elige to get the information fast enough so that he can swing and transfer to cover off toward the top of the stairwell as well. JDM sees them first because Elige has to duck. And no trade back, JDM. He'll have to smoke himself out and try and get away, but they smartly Molotov it, knowing his exact movement pattern. Thankfully, it extinguishes just enough that he gets away without much damage, and he's able to get therefore back far enough before the AK gets in position. But that was well thought out from FaZe.
Well, now that's everything discovered by FaZe. The fact they know there's an AWP on that side of the map, up against pistols as well. They've got the advantage. Wait for any sort of more indicative signs as to where JDM's gone. He holds towards middle right now, looking towards a connector, but the bomb's gone. It's heading towards B. Perfect call so far from FaZe. I'll execute fully like they have been before. Olaf Meister, oh my goodness. AK-47 finds the head of JDM. That's the AWP going down as well. Yet to be recovered. Sanitors is too far away, and Nikos is toying with Liquid right now. Nitro does take him down eventually, but the bomb's made his way towards the B-bomb site.
And he's about to go down as well because Rain immediately hot on his heels, even though he was looking toward the B site where the bomb was. Stan left alive again. 6-4 FaZe T-side overpass. And that's after the force buy, from Liquid. A second round loss bonus puts them at 2K each. This is a rough position for Liquid to find themselves in the middle of the half, round 11.
Yeah, that force buy didn't really bring anything in for Team Liquid. JDM, I feel like he had to go with a connector or Monster Tunnel to try and get first pick. It was a nice idea towards long with the flashbangs. It's too strong from FaZe there. Forced him to fire off a shot, and then they took down his teammate. Nothing he could do there. They stacked towards connector. This worked before. It got them a kill and an opening as Elige got the rifle. 4 players here. Up against the one waiting Rain, and he can still cause a lot of damage here. 1, 2, looking for the 30. He's low HP, but that's all he'll get. Elige finally takes him down, and this is how they got into the round before, so still a chance here.
Nico realizes that the door has been opened and closed as they walk back toward the site, and therefore they're going to be burrowing in B. Confirms that as well. Elige does get one with the AK-47. So another gun down, which is going to be left in the open, they'll be able to pick up. Nitro does so. And now it's all about saving for Liquid. Again, they had 2K at the start of this round, no investments as a result. They'll boost their economy considerably by holding on to the AK-47s. They're only going to get $2,400 as a bonus. Been a while since I've seen this spot used. Yeah, it's nice. I like
a little bit of celebration for that.
I like cheering for cleverness.
Yeah, it is an interesting spot for sure. Liquid will save 2 AK-47s, and considering the investment, that's not too bad at all. 2 kills for Elige. He was good on Inferno as well. He's currently on 14 kills, 7 deaths. With him firing off like that, maybe we still got a chance. 7-4, and we're 3-0 up, and yet to really win a gun round here, Matt. They have won the pistol and the 2 follow-up rounds there, and then a round of pistols as well. Round number 12, no AWP once again for JDM. Fully equipped FaZe here. Heading towards middle, and Nitro and Twist want to challenge. Molotovs deployed and good nades towards Guardian, but no real damage inflicted. Nico looks for that jump again.
Yeah. every time. I know you love seeing it, and you hate seeing it at the same time.
This walked in B here, Matt, and Stanislav's by himself with like a FaMAS or something. Yeah, how is he holding off? The round's done.
This is Liquid getting desperate for information on A.
Bombs planted, and he's got sort of FaMAS. They have to wait for the full retake now.
Elige as well has gone all the way around to try and come through T-spawn, but Rain and Nico, one towards short, one in the underpass, should be ready for the position. Olaf already gets the headshot on Stan. Do you call the early save?
Yeah, you definitely do.
I think you have to.
Yeah, it's done. Round was over, they got the bomb down there.
And again, Liquid were going aggressive, taking a gamble because that's the position they're in. That's how things have gone for them. Good find at least to get Twist to stay alive. And if they'd gone toward A, hey, maybe different story, but the problem is you can't really afford to give up too much more. And they give up yet another round, which will make it 8 for FaZe in total, and they lose another gun as Elige goes down. So that'll be costly as well.
Well, that's Guardian getting all the intel at the very start of the round. He's been Molotov, double-naded, and they've used that information. The double nades have come through, and they have been showing presence towards long as well. Let's just walk in the B bomb site. In they go. They do manage to get in. Some fans more excited than others here, it seems. They do get in towards the B bomb site, and Stanislav, poor him, he has to hold the site with a FaMAS by himself, and he has to hold a very defensive position, just jumping up. And by the time he realizes what's going on, bomb was down, and it's not the end of the world. They do save weaponry, and JDM does bring out the AWP this round, so that was the correct decision to make. You took a gamble, didn't work out for you. 8-4, FaZe win the half, which is not good news on the CT side. I've overpassed for Liquid, but still not out of this one just yet.
Nade goes through, and Rain gets tagged. Guardian. The site finds Twist in the air, finds Nitro in the chest. And they'll take the treasure straight to the B site. Fast plant on top of the platform. Stan again locked out toward the jungle. He's going bad to worse. Guardian can't hit every single shot, but that's fine. He's done enough as they hold the position. Elige gets to window. In the smoke, Nico will know that he is there and look to try and swing wide. Get the spray down, but can't. That actually opens up a chance for Liquid. Stan found Guardian as well. It comes to a 2 versus 2, and there is kits for both Liquid players who go aggressive, but Elige not fast enough. Leaves JDM, who was great yesterday with the off, this time caught out by Kerrigan, getting closer and closer. Another round for FaZe.
Just bullying that B bomb site, it seems. They had manpower there this time, but Guardian, as we've said, impeccable form for him right now. Known for the close range interactions as well. The AWP just singing for him as he walks in towards the B bomb site. The opening kill on Twist was great. The second close range even better. And that's it again. If you find those kind of openings and you've got the B bomb site in your control, bomb down before the retake even begins, it is going to be round over. Decent attempt by Liquid. They got a couple of frags, maybe 3, but JDM left in a 2 versus 1 with the bombs all boys halfway through. You got 2 kills to find and a defuse to make as well with the AWP on your back. It's just not going to happen. 9-4 in terms of loss bonus. It is a maximum now for the CTs, but that's not normally enough. TSO, we can get away with that. CT, not so much. Everyone's hovering around the 3.8k mark. You can't get the AWP out. If you do buy, it'll be UMPs and FaMASes. So they have taken a pause. Just to note again, we have not seen a gun round put on the board by Liquid just yet. 3-0 to open things up after winning the pistol, then they won an eco round as well. I can confirm they buy into this round though. It won't be the forced buy. They keep themselves at about $1,500. FaMAS comes out, MP9 for Elige, and they'll get $3,400 next round. That's if they don't win this one, and they should be able to buy pretty well into the next. FaZe with double digits here, around 14.
Train goes by. Kerrigan looks to throw the smokes toward B. Rest of his team grouped toward the bathrooms fountain party area, courtyard of A side. Elige has to be a little bit careful down toward the tunnels and in the stairwell. They actually time this to get behind them because they actually are setting for smokes. If Elige goes up now, if he had rounded the corner, he had their backs exposed. Thankfully, Guardian swings in time, and Elige lost courage at the last possible second. Olaf walks into the site in round 14, going to go the same as many others and make it now double digits for FaZe. The second time in 2 games they'll have double digits early, and last time, to be fair, they had 15 rounds early.
I'm just going to check him with the scoreboard now. There's some storylines we were following going into the pre-game here. We said JDM, he had to be influential on Overpass. He had to have something going in his favor. Currently 2 kills, 11 deaths. He has not stepped up. He has not risen to the occasion there against Guardian, who has been playing well, but he hasn't been godlike Guardian. He hasn't done anything monstrous. He's just been finding opening picks. He's done 10 kills, and JDM, he had to be influential. The only player that's really impressed me so far is Elige. He found that one round and they recovered the M4 when they had only pistols, and then at that point, no one else really showing me that they've got anything to really go toe-to-toe with FaZe right now. Twist, we needed him to be lights out today as well. Big grand final for him, 17 years old, and hasn't really delivered the goods, which is understandable. It's a lot of pressure here. No one from Liquid really performing right now. And FaZe just cruising in the second map. Round number 15, looking for 11-4 after losing the pistol as well. It's not bad. If you're just joining us, the first map was a bit of a massacre. 15-0 in the first half in favor of FaZe Clan on the CT side of Inferno. This one, although better, hasn't got that much more exciting as of yet. Round number 15, JDM with the AWP. What does he got as we go aggressive towards middle once again?
Liege. M4 backs off, flashes early, did have the right idea, but no one to support him in doing so. Stan was well back toward A, so a two-man setup toward A is going to have a lot of pressure applied, especially because they've gone toward long, toward the flower pot on FaZe's side. Rain's going to start to push toward Legion. Stan's gone passive. And Rain just obliterates Legion, even if he was top fragging for the entire server. There's no chance he was ever going to win that duel because Rain took it very convincingly.
Nothing he can do there. Smoked out, isolated, and good night, Elise. The only real hope they've had on Overpass so far. Flashbangs have come in. Stanislaw, bottom of the scoreboard right now, needs to find a frag. It's Olofmeister though, and it's just another convincing round for FaZe. Everything covered. Nico watching the flanks, and I wish I could get excited about this half. After I saw the 3-0, I thought there would be a chance for Liquid, but not posting a single gun round suggests things aren't going to get better anytime soon. We are going to take a break this time. We'll come back with half number 2 and see if Liquid can do anything about this deficit.
Try your love off a test. No, 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 no. Just no, 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 no. And every time I see him with you, my heart sounds like try your love off too. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Well, things look better for Liquid by getting an early pistol and a 3-0 start, but we have a similar story in that FaZe has extended a massive lead. 11-4 while they were on the terrorist side of Overpass, a map that Liquid has not had good success on this weekend, unlike Inferno. But mind you, you're in better position, oddly enough, at half. Either way,
you've painted quite the bleak picture, I have to say. But
listen, they've been spamming their squids. It's more like a damn squib, I think.
Damn squib, yeah, you're right. We'll see. Well, if we get into it, it will be actually a Liege on 15 kills. If he can continue that in this pistol, maybe we have a chance to work with him. Round number 16. In terms of the buy. Don't let me get it. Oh my god, what has happened? Rain at long, looking for blood, and he gets 4 headshots. It's over. The refs called it. They're dead. It's, oh my God.
Wow. Wow. That is ridiculous.
I was just looking into the buy. Give us a chance.
That is insane. That's about as fast as we used to see things happen from Dennis when he was on Fnatic with the pistol. 4 kills, Olaf cleans out the last, and Liquid are going to be scratching their heads, wondering how they got so wet. It's suddenly now just going to be a rifle on Olaf and Rain. The rest are going to go immediately onto SMGs, and for Liquid, even without the bomb plant, won't go for the armor. They'll go for Tech 9s, PG50s, and 2 players, and that's about all.
Good Lord. That really has set the tone, hasn't it? Well, what can he say about that one? It's going to be 12-4. No force buy from Liquid. It was guaranteed to be 13 here for FaZe, and could be a very quick map indeed. Not as quick as the Thirst, but still, Liquid completely ravaged there by Rain. Number 17. Go towards the A side, but Rain looking to add more to his tally. 2 more scalps for him. He does go down eventually. Twist gets him. And JDM, the final player for Team Liquid. It looks like they might be buying up here in the third. They might have to go get a little armor. Can't afford to take another eco, surely.
Oh, they'll do what they can. 13 rounds already a cheap for FaZe.
I thought they were going to go for the cheesy approach where you get the Galil's head armor out and no nades. Are going to take another full eco here pretty much and go down 14-4. I think they had to force buy in the second and maybe try and take a bit of a gamble in that respect and get back into the game. I don't think a 14-4 scoreline is recoverable. But this is looking promising. Olafmeister, a little too overzealous there. Does go down to the hands of Stanislav with the PG-50. Nico, though, only gets 1. We have got something to work with here, man.
They've got something inside of the site in terms of access, but not with weapons. Picked up a few SMGs on the way through. It's going to be Stan, actually, excuse me, with an M4 rather, and he makes it work to good success. Get him the flames, Nitro. Oh, he wants the extra $300. Get it? Doesn't matter. They get the round. More importantly, Liquid pick up number 5. Only keep in mind the 26th round now that FaZe had lost all weekend. Some breath to the air of the auditorium. Guardian stays on the AWP. Gets aggressive with it. Olaf will buy up an M4 as well, so they're forced by and try and force Liquid out of the game early. Rain of the Deagle, meanwhile, knows the angle, pre-fires it. JDM was near enough by, but not so much to hit with bullets, rather with a nade. It takes JDM down to 62 from range. And they'll transition beyond after the smoke dissolves. Rain does the same. He'll watch out toward long as Twist and Nitro head that direction. Deagle can be menacing, we know. Kerrigan also looking to get more aggressive inside the bathrooms. Exchange puts Rain low. Olaf goes back toward the dumpster stairwell. Support with the rifle inside of the site. Guardian with the AWP gets aggressive at the bottom of the mid stairs inside of short, so he can hold off to make sure no one else is going to head that direction. Gives them more information to work with. The one problem in that is that Stan stays out toward Monster at long B and can distract enough to discourage any information that they think they have, and the AWP misses. Elige capitalizes. Cool, careful on the reload because he gets caught out. Nico pushes at the exact time, couldn't quick switch away from it. He'll go back. Doesn't collect the AWP. I was going to say he tried to, but walked by it, but does think better of it and goes back for it. He knows that there's at least a player toward Monster, so he's got to be very careful with the AWP, but Nico up close. Flash over. Nico up close, and a flash over takes down Stan. Back in behind the pillar. Chance for more. Nearly gets it. Sets for the third shot. Still not finding it. Getting desperate as he's waiting for them to get closer, but the no-scope still works. Nitro gets him down in the end, but it's made it interesting, and it's made it awkward. Kerrigan still just has the CZ, but Olaf is fully equipped. A smoke kit. 95 HP in the M4. And he'll wait for Kerrigan to get information. They'll allow the plant in doing so because that means the smoke should be gone, I think, in the next 6 seconds toward the sandbags. In fact, Kerrigan's going to force the issue, goes in. Nitro gets the kill and trades it now. Olaf knows exactly where both are. A better shot, JDM on the AWP.
Something to work with here for Liquid. It was up against essentially the force buy of the FaZe clan there. They had the AWP, the CZs, the M4. But not quite enough to finish out the round there. 2-on-2. And Olafmeister waiting for his opportunity to strike from heaven. His teammate couldn't help him out, and Liquid do hold on. Then comes out for Elige. 13-6 now. A couple of lifelines found. Game's certainly not over. Full eco for FaZe. First kill for JDM.
First kill. We got a second, just barely misses to the side, although it's Nitro and Twist. Final off Meister. Liege will do so walking up from the stairwell, and now Liquid start to get something under their belt. 7 rounds to their name. Again, though, only 1 gun round all game. So that's still a problem, and we will have a gun round on our hands now for FaZe.
Yet to post a gun round. 13-7. No Guardian AWP. 3 or 4 M4s, and then the famous for Guardian.
You're actually right, excuse me, because the one they did win was the flank with the pistols picked up, so they have not won a gun round at all.
Builder comes through in terms of CT aggression. We've got Carrigan and Co going towards that connector. It's an equal exchange for now, but the advantage still lies with Liquid. They head towards the B side. They're being funneled there almost. And Guardian, he's causing work, but tries to upgrade to the AK, taken down by Liege. Still a 3-on-3.
Oh, Nico was getting clever. Smoke off on barrels rather than a Molotov. It comes out a little bit later. He was jumping on top of the barrels. I thought he might have had a gap toward Monster. He did not. However, Olaf has done more than equal task. It's Nitro, the last alive, found out by Nico in the last second as he tried to dance around the pillar.
Still can't find that gun round victory. Team Liquid taken down with the aggression of FaZe there. When you're down there with no AWP, you've got a player on a FAMAS as well, you're limited utility, no kits, you might as well try and get towards the connector and duel at that point as well. You know your aim's stronger than Liquid right now. All 5 players are performing. And there were difficult times. FaZe obviously wasn't having the cleanest of run in that round, but still funneling towards B. That was the really smart move at that point. Rotating their players over. Nico to finish the job off. And will be round number 22. Still a buy available for Liquid. FaZe with almost no money to win this round. Still right in this one, and it's going to be Overpass causing a tremendous amount of damage. Stanislau fighting back as well. We'll head towards the B side again. Not fully committing just yet. In terms of the utility left over, 3 smokes there as Stanislau finds a Molotov as well. Guardian set up with the AWP. There we go.
Last-ditch effort for Liquid. Money's not great. $1,400 if they lose the round. Haven't won a gun yet. Nico close, sees the shadow, makes quick work. He knows there's going to be more there. Damage already done, but Twist stands tall. And it's Guardian that has to clutch it back. They're both low on HP. JDM on 14, Twist on 32, but a Molotov will hold the AWP at bay. Bomb plant success. Liquid does not know where Guardian is coming from. In fact, JDM still looking at sandbags, should now know with the flashes going in that he can put his attention elsewhere. Guardian gets close. Molotov to the ramp. That's going to allow him up. Gets up, but JDM's got the angle and a gun round achieved. 8th for Liquid in the game.
Could be a few more now as well. That's the money in the bin for the European side. FaZe can't buy into this one. 14-8. Finally, some good form from Twist there as well. It looked like Nico with the spray. All 3 of them down. Only gets 1 kill. It's a strong position to be in. You can see the shadows as they come around the corner, especially if they're not flashing or molotoving you out of position. And there will indeed be the eco for FaZe. No force by this point. You've got a huge lead. No need to completely go all in. 4 Deagles and a CZ for Olaf Meister. Liege reading the situation well, brings out the MAC-10. Well, some cash here. Oh my goodness, it might not work out for them though. Liege, he gives that weapon up. It's not a huge deal. The MAC-10 up against armor players doesn't do too much, so it's still a huge advantage for Liquid, of course, but a promising start for Olaf Meister.
JDM just peering down the hole to see if anyone will get aggressive with the pistols. Tough times as they get something to work with, but it's so near to the end. If FaZe get 2 more rounds, it's all done. 1-2 overtime, and that'll alleviate pressure. Pressure I'm sure they're not even feeling at this point, despite that they're almost 2 double digits on the Liquid side. It's not like it's being convincing.
Agreed. Round 23. Time ticking away now. We're under the 1-minute mark. No real map control picked up for Liquid just yet, but they still have their smoke. Molotovs, flashbangs, not too worried at all. They should still be comfortably picking this round up, but the Eagles of the FaZe clan can be a very scary prospect indeed. I head towards the A side. Looks like a contact play from what I can work out right now. All 4 players grouping up, sticking together, hoping to refrag, but there are 3 CTs waiting for them.
Yeah, this is...
Molotov as well for Olaf Meister. If he's there, he can deny the plant.
This is a scary thought. 23 seconds, a man down already. Walking in to a stacked crossfire, which has a rotation bomb's been dropped. Rain's got the first kill. Twist response. JDM does the same, but like you say, They've got to get the plant in 12 seconds now, excuse me. Olaf's already thrown out the Molotov, so they'll change position for the plant. Thankfully, it gets in, and JDM gets Nico, but it's up to Kerrigan. He's on the flank, and JDM's already considering it. Through the smoke he goes, and JDM has to be more than ready. Whoa. Thankfully, he occupies half the monitor, so it's not an easy, or rather, would have been a hard miss, an easy shot. And it's the 9th round for Liquid.
Well, there we go. Cool. Quite scary there, I have to say, the Team Liquid. I thought that Molotov might deny the plant. A couple of 1-digs coming through. It's always going to be a little bit difficult to hold off the FaZe clan, but Liquid looking for double digits here. And you're right, the scoreline suggests this has been a close game. It certainly hasn't felt like it. Liquid, though, still within it. It won't be the force buy from FaZe just yet. They're trying to make sure they win this properly with gun rounds. CZs, PD50s, and a Deagle. They were all armor apart from Olafmeister with some Kevlar. Nativies gets no nades. And a 4-man stack towards long. Kerrigan holding B by himself. This will be Liquid is biding their time, not giving anything away, waiting for aggression at the very start of the round. Bleed out any utility the CTs may have, work out where the stack lies, execute together, no point saving money at this point. Can't afford to give a single round up. As soon as FaZe don't get match point, you know they're going to close it out. They're not a single team that will allow you to get back into a series.
Mirage, the 3rd map, nuke and train if needed. Liquid giving a challenge on Overpass. Or pass, I should say. I'm waking up a little bit late in the series is one side of it, but FaZe also showed up on a form that is almost untouchable. I can't imagine too many teams being able to challenge when they were playing the way they did on Inferno. More to the point, though, if Liquid's able to sneak something away for this map, if somehow they complete this comeback, chance, especially on nuke, that we can go to a 5th map. All they have to do is survive. First off, Kerrigan takes down JDM. However, he has the WP, and he smokes Elise with it so fast on the flick. Stan does bypass him and get closer to the entry point from the site, and as a result, takes down Rain on the UMP. They'll try and get the plant in as fast as they dare before the rotations arrive from Monster. This is a great boost. Oh! Jumped up in front, though, baits out the shot. He was looking toward barrels instead in the post. He got one ahead of that time.
Might just want to save the orb at this point.
Might be worth it. More so, save the op, but they've also got the site so closely surrounded. Liquid doesn't have established money. If they can keep them near enough to the bomb, they'll take men down with them, but instead, FaZe walk in and Liquid's up to the task. 10th round achieved.
There we go. That's what we wanted. Double digits for Liquid. Got very, very difficult for them after giving up the AWP, and Kerrigan finding the 2nd frag as well. Technically at 5-on-3, but still when the bomb was down, at full, they still looked absolutely fine. I think you save the AWP and have a really strong buy here. They can just about get it together, but no kits and no head armor for any of the players on the city side. Not usually an issue, but Stanitor only with that UMP, that becomes a lot more powerful now. Into round number 25. FaZe still looking for match point. They boost up towards middle. It's a classic boost. Guardian nails the first shot. Of course he does. Takes down Nitro. 5-on-4. And they head towards long.
Oh my goodness. Flashed up. Doesn't even need vision. And down goes Elige as well. The gun's back up for FaZe. Seems to be what they were missing, as Kerrigan as well is in the corner at long. And Guardian going back to the site will bait off of him. Bait him in and able to collect Twist and JDM, who are out at that position, at least for now. Stan's waiting for a long flank. All the way back through T-spawn. He's got to consider it. Nice shot initially from Guardian. He'll flash himself back out of the corner. Kerrigan, unaware of that, was blinded, but still just waiting for Guardian to pull them toward. His op is a fishing rod, and he wants to try and bait all the way through and pull JDM directly toward him. Instead, they go back the other way, funnel toward Rain. He's ready for it on top of the garbage, and Stan goes down quite quickly. Guardian re-peeking at this point. He'll confirm no one else is there. Kerrigan will start to play on his own, and he can support Rain. 37 seconds, and not a single pick yet found by Team Liquid. JDM just thinks one more time about the flank, but there's no other consideration, surely. 25 seconds, they're gonna try and rush it back. The problem is Kerrigan's already there. They have the information, and Olaf and Nico are still on the site, so there's nothing they can really do with it. In fact, they're hesitating to even make the decision. I think it's gonna be a save call on the Liquid side. It's an early save call, so they're gonna give it up on the T side, not even go for the bomb site, and they'll try and save the 2 weapons they have to buy and force around it, but this gives up map point to FaZe. And they've got to be careful not to die at the end of the round. Twist gets away from the flames. They can still push through. They've got to watch the right direction. Spam from Olaf. They'll survive. They'll get away with it. Just barely.
And they can just about distribute the wealth out to get a decent buy here, but there it is, map point. FaZe Clan homing in on the 2-0 in this best-of-5 grand final. at ESL 1 New York. Liquid have shown us a better suit this time, and we're getting a little bit more excited as this grand final goes on, but still not convinced. This is not a team that can win a grand final right now. It's not the Liquid we've seen all week. That's the point I'm trying to make. They are better than this. Still not out of it. Even if they lose this map, there's still time. It's not over until that's 3 maps for FaZe Clan. They will have a bye to put together, round number 26. Orb comes out for JDM, of course, saved from the previous round. Still with the 4 AKs. Not the best of buys. It's Nitro and JDM with only a single smoke in their back pockets. Nothing else to work with. And Guardian just decimating them in the previous round. Aggressive. Manages to get a shot fully blind as well, of course, in the bathrooms area. Nico, 23 frags, just to note, no one really slouching on the FaZe Clan scoreboard. They're doing a very good job. It's JDM who's on 8 for 17, and we said he had to be a protagonist here. He had to make sure he could be leading the frag charts for his team.
Mirage next as well, Liquid. They're decent on it enough. There's a chance, but we'll get to that when the time arrives. Shad would say we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Back inside the side, it's Twist to start it off. Stan echoes the sentiment by getting Olaf down at the monster position, and now it's suddenly Liquid with yet another bomb plant. Fast this time. And a save call early from FaZe because they've not built up the money, so Liquid will get 11 and keep their chances on Overpass, at least for overtime, alive.
They haven't built up the money, and also they don't need to go for this one. Might as well just keep the AWP out, the 2 rifles as well, and have a decent buy into the next round. They could have gone for it. It wasn't completely over. But when the bomb's down there, you haven't got the players on the side at all. You still have a better 5 rounds to work with. You just need 1 match. So I think this is a wise and informed decision. Let's keep things comfortable. Don't make any risky calls. And it will be a nice, fast B approach. F and Liquid works out very nicely for them indeed. A couple of frags coming in for Stanislaw and Twist, and that's all they require. Nice work. As round number 26 will be Liquid. We are going very deep into this second map. 15-11 now. Overtime still certainly an option.
Option, but it's a stretch even still.
Remember, it was 11-4.5, so
it's a good point.
They have done a very good job to actually bring it to this sort of level. They lost the pistol as well and went 2-0 down, but then won a full eco somehow.
Yeah, somehow, and it's economic management ever since. They've been able to keep control of the game, and they may do so again if they can break FaZe here. They'll find themselves up toward 13, and we get toward the end of the game, which didn't look likely. This is the most rounds anyone's taken off FaZe yet. Good push through from Rain, but it's canceled out immediately. Good positioning from Liquid, but Guardian there as well takes down Nitro. And there he is no more. He'll back off it long and go toward the side at direct. And Liquid has no choice but to slow down. Now the good thing is, as it sits to 3 versus 3, this thins out the defense quite considerably on Overpass, especially a map like Overpass, which does rely on information, does rely on a forward aggressive stance from the CT side.
Smoke towards long A, takes vision away from the CTs. Any all waiting on the other side, can't do much about it, as demonstrated by Guardians. Speculative shot, but there was a slight gap there. He won't be able to use it just yet as the bomb edges its way. Starts to encroach on the bomb site now. 1 minute remaining, Stanislaw's feeling brave, pushes through the smoke. Oh, and it pays off! The double frag! Both headshots as well, and that's it. Surely Olaf Meister has no grounds to win this one.
Stan stepping up, 18th kill for him. Everyone relatively close. The only one that's behind JDM at this point, still alive in the round, is he with his AWP. And as you say, Olaf, no grounds. He's gonna go. They have no information. JDM goes down. He gets closer. He's got a kit, remember. And it is Olaf. You can never discount.
Good nade.
This man, when he's on fire and on form, he's tagged up, but does not consider where Stan is. And one of the best rounds he's had all weekend, thankfully, comes now because it's 19th kill for him. 3 in the round, and Liquid on 12 with no money against them.
Here we go. 3K on average per FaZe player. Another eco required, and Liquid getting closer and closer to that overtime number. It was a bit of a brawl at the very start of the round there. JDM finding some form with the AWP finally with this flashbang play from Stanislaw. The spray control as well on point, takes down the Orpa. And that's, like he said, probably the best play he's had all week, and what a time for it to arrive.
Oh, careful with the pressure. The smoke out and gets his gun back ready at the right time, and now it should be straightforward because they are ready for it. If he went down early, it could have gone upward. It will not. Liquid get 13. We hit round 29. And FaZe Clan now have to feel pressure, surely.
Yeah, now they do.
This is something they did not expect at all, having not won a gun round until well into the second half. Suddenly, Liquid find themselves 2 rounds away from forcing overtime.
Double AWP set up for FaZe. We usually say when this comes out, it's a bit desperate, and I would say you're right. The nerves starting to show now. What felt like a guaranteed lock-in game at 11-4, winning the pistol as well. That started to fall apart a little bit, and Liquid starting to come to life. The boost from the B bomb side. It's Olaf Meister looking towards the short pipe, but won't get anything just yet.
And he backs off, and it's the boost rather than the jump, which can catch teams off when they walk in because teams are so used to picking toward the jump and cleanly peeking it. As Elige goes back around, smoke inside of the bathroom already. Liquid win this, and hold your breath. So we could go a lot further. Rain's behind the smoke in the bathroom. That time, it could be everything. Guardian instead wins on JDM. Nitro goes inside bathrooms as well. If Rain pushed through, he'd be sitting behind all three. Instead, though, Elige gets far enough forward. There's nothing he can do about responding, and they get behind him and get toward the A site. Stan will have no idea. However, he's still there nearly. Still transfers fast enough to get the kill. 13 HP. Rain survives. But more importantly, Bomb down. The problem surrounded. They will be as soon as they try and get a post-plant position. So they almost do it in a defensive way and holding the site by getting Elige in the corner. He'll flash himself through, knows Rain's low, so it should be a straightforward affair in winning the duel. Now that gives them position to work with. Twist as well holds a tight angle that cheekily catches them off as they enter through. Nitro baits out Olaf as he goes for the deagle, and it's all down to Nico. All down to Nico for regulation, and we might have overtime. Liquid are suddenly alive in the grand final.
Here we go. Now we're starting to believe 4 rounds in a row. One more do it to force it to overtime, and I think that's very likely indeed. 3K per player on the FaZe side, and they're starting to show signs of weakness now, FaZe. They can't hold it off. They had the advantage there as well. Now Elige getting things done after JDM went down to the hands of the AWP. Guardian had to fall back, hold the more defensive line. He stayed in the open, and Elige punished it for him off the back of his teammate's flashbang as well. Found that key frag. At round number 30, we've gone the full distance here. Liquid starting to show up now and show us what they're made of. This is better. This is what we saw from them all week. Tenacity to make it to the 30th rounds after going down. It was 13-4, I believe, or 12-4. 13-4, it was.
Yeah, it was 13-4. Having won like 11-4, 2 rounds to start it off, and then you said somehow full eco is where they get this game back in their favor.
Well, here we go. The final buy comes through. A scout, a UMP, and a Famous. If they lost this, what a gutting way to finish it would be for Liquid. But if they managed to take it to overtime, everything reset, and the form they're showing now, they might just have a chance here.
Nico and Olaf, the only ones toward B. It's been trades that have favored Liquid. If they trade equally against 2 players in the site, they should be able to hold it off. They go, smoke, lineup, a lineup they've got to get out of. Nico's got them sitting in the rights in the traps. And goes to the pistol. If they lose like this, it would be a disaster. But what a play from Nico to make it a possibility.
No!
Stanislaw, he's taking himself down.
It was to the decoy, I think, or something. What was that?
I think you're right. That might have been a Moxie and taken himself out with a decoy. JDM has the AWP in a 1 versus 5. There was absolutely no flames.
I think it was the decoy that went off. I'm not sure. We need to know.
No, what's an absolutely awkward situation, and that's it. Guardian with the scout finds JDM. It's Nico that shuts them down. And poor Liquid, after a great comeback and overtime that seemed almost inevitable, go down 0-2, and FaZe are 1 map away from a grand final. But at least Liquid had some form, which means we may have a game on Mirage.
I think we certainly do. That was exciting towards the end. It felt like Liquid started to get everything together. The mistakes started to be made by FaZe. The money wasn't there for them, and we started to see Stanislaw come to life. Elige with some great moments as well. And Twist finally showing us what he's made of in the grand final. Maybe we have a few more maps to go here as well. We do move on to Mirage next, where I still favor FaZe, but that's where Liquid are very well versed as well. And I'm hoping that Liquid can give us a similar performance. They need to come out the trap hot here to stand a chance.